What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. I almost looked over there instead of looking directly in front of me because we switched things up a little bit this time around. Yeah, we just moved things ever so slightly. Ever so slightly. Where's Will today? Will's at home today. Will's on the wrong side. Will's on the side that Discord decided he was on. So that's blame Discord, not me. We're here. Halt with the gifted sub to her husband. Thank you for the gifted sub, Halt. You get a woo! And Daddy, thank you for the bid again, is greatly appreciated. Restart the show. I'm not restarting shit. You guys can fuck off. Oh my God. This is episode 323 for the week of January 21st, 2024.
Nice.
Juan, that's for you. 2024. It's in the show notes as 2024. I updated the template to be 2024 because apparently nobody fucking told me that for the past couple weeks I've been saying 2023 still. So fuck you guys. We're here. Oh my God. The title of this week's episode is Extracting Seasonality. Get it? Because extraction's gone, but so is seasonality. Get it? We're going to talk about it later on. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire. This week I'm joined by the man. Is that your pink hippocampus hoodie, Will?
It is.
In the pink hippocampus hoodie, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you doing on this Wednesday evening?
I'm doing all right. I think, are you wearing the quadrant hoodie? Is that what that is?
I am. And I'm actually like really warm right now. So this might be a bad decision.
Yeah, I love this hippocampus hoodie, but it has thinned out over the years, and I would rarely wear it now because I just don't want to ruin it. So I thought I'd throw it on for tonight's show.
I respect it.
And yeah, haven't worn pink in a long time. I don't know. I think this is a good one.
I love it. I think it's one of the best sweatshirts that they have, to be completely honest. So, Shoal says tomorrow's my. Wait, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing all right. I'm tired, but other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited. We have a lot to talk about on this show. Because yes, Will, do you want to ask me the question?
Yeah, what do we got?
On this week's episode, the 2024 HCS Roadmap is finally here. Global invitationals are no more. There's one extra major, and there's less global representation. We'll talk about that. Extraction's gone! It's fucking gone! We did it, guys. Holy shit. Everybody wanted it out. It's finally fucking out, at least for the time being. But hey, we take the wins when we can get them, and this is absolutely a fucking win. And then Halo Infinite finally reaches seasonality right as they're going to move away from seasons. Fuck yeah. All right. Shoal Enough says it's his birthday tomorrow. Shoal Enough, happy early birthday. Happy early birthday to you. And you actually reminded me that I need to give a couple extra shout-outs in the shout-out section of the show. So thank you for reminding me. Because I believe it was Blackout and Marmar's birthday just during this last week as well. So I want to make sure they get the shout-outs they deserve too. All right. Will.
Yeah.
I think it's just time we kick things off with a little bit of competitive news. All right, competitive news time. Let's get it. Native Gaming and Best Buy FFA Showdown, or I should say Showdown. I haven't said that in a while. It felt pretty good. This is by Native Gaming. Do you have what it takes to be the best? Like no one ever was? In collaboration with Best Buy, they're hosting a $2,000 FFA showdown on February 3rd. It's Best Buy Park Lane 9378 North Central. Yeah, I don't know what that is. In Dallas, Texas. Signups are available right now, and I think they only have a few slots remaining. So if you're in that area and you wanted to compete, links in the Google Doc, the show notes of the show, exclamation point, show notes in chat. If you're listening to this after the fact that it's live, then you're probably going to miss it. In which case, I apologize. But hey, it's out there if you're interested. I believe there's a few spots left. Go check it out. Also, just want to give a quick shout out to everybody who is hanging out with us live in the chat. If I miss you, I apologize. But I see John, Ronan, Genji, Crunchy Dad, Ikuza, Danny Phantom, Riz, Ash. Did I already say Ronan? I did say Ronan. Spying Ryan, Justin, Hammer McPoopin, Halt, Juan, Rain. Shoal enough. If I missed you again, I apologize. White's Edge, Fox, good to see you guys. Hope everyone's having a great fucking night. Beth, welcome back. Blackout, welcome back as well. Beth with the 45-month resub. That's fucking crazy. You get a woo! Thank you so very much for the extra support. Greatly fucking appreciated. So yeah, if you wanted to check out that native gaming tournament, like I said, I think there's only a few spots left as of literally recording this. So go check that out if you're interested. Ranked updates by Halo Support. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's true. We got it. The mode extraction has been removed from the Ranked Arena playlist. And then also the weighting of each map in Ranked Arena has been updated, meaning that players will now see some maps more or less often than before. To mitigate an issue in Ranked Arena, the grapple shot equipment pads on Argyle, the versatile trash pile, and the threat seeker equipment pads on Forbidden will no longer enter the red rack state. A future Halo Infinite update will fully resolve this issue. So, yay! And the map list for the Ranked Snipers playlist has been updated. Chasm, Cliffhanger, Detachment, and Launch Site were removed. Wow! While Cliffside, Forbidden, Recharge, Solitude Streets, and Sylvanas were added. So you're telling me that they removed two... I mean, realistically, I don't know if I played a lot of Cliffhanger, but Chasm, Detachment, and Launch Site were fucking awful. So the fact that they removed those... Man, it's like they listen sometimes, guys. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Ikuza, speaking of competitive Halo, I've heard there's possible plans of ANZ and Asia-based players in the early stages of setting up a tournament. Yeah, that was Mac, right? Mac was talking about getting something set up, if I'm not mistaken. He was saying it last week. Mac Apsu, for those wondering. I'm pretty sure he said it last week. Beth says Cliffhanger was even worse. That is very unfortunate. All right. And finally, for competitive news, we have Tashi's tantalizing tidbits. Actually, Will, let me ask you this real quick. What are your, are you happy that Extraction's gone from rank for the time being?
Yeah, there's still something about it that just wasn't right. And I hope they can figure it out and make it viable. Maybe not in HCS, but for ranked. There's also that argument that should ranked be what HCS is, but we'll leave it there.
Yeah.
And because they've really hit on all these other modes in Infinite, I think they could possibly do something to make Extraction work.
I'm curious to see what they're gonna do in the time that it's being taken out, because for those who don't know, they're going to bring it back at some point in time. We'll read the actual Extraction update when we get to the roadmap, so just wait for that. I promise we'll get to it. We'll read that blurb, but so it's being removed for now. So the question is, are they going to be able to basically like fix it to make it so it's viable and ranked and competitive? Or is it going to come a time where when push comes to shove, they just need to cut their losses and remove it entirely and not bring it back? That's where we're at right now. We need to we'll wait and see. Dave, welcome back. Ashley, welcome back. Good to see you as well. Hope everyone's having a great fucking night. All right. Also, Dave with the fucking 44-month resub, you get a woo! Still 1 month behind Beth. Loser. How's that feel? I'm just kidding. Shot! Welcome back. It's good to see you. I hope your job's going well, man. What's up, Tools? Welcome. All right. Tashi's tantalizing tidbits. Regarding ranked FFA, the Beth is going to be very, very mad about this, as is, I assume, a lot of people. And I have a thought as to why this is the way that it is. So regarding ranked FFA, he said, sadly, ranked FFA was very unpopular. I wonder why. Perhaps there are lobbies in the custom game browser that folks can get going for some competitive FFA. No, that's not. Tashi, I know you're trying to trying to remain on the positive here, especially in terms of the community. I respect it. I understand business is business, but No. I'm probably wrong here because I don't see the data in front of my face, and I can't, and hindsight's 2020. I can't go back in time and make the playlist the way that I think it should have been made in the first place. But I truly believe that if ranked FFA had released with strictly FFA based maps, okay, I'm not just saying Aquarius. Like, you can't just have Aquarius in there and expect everyone to be happy dory on that shit. Like, that's not going to be the way that it is. People want variety. But what I will say is, in terms of getting rid of the variety, make it strictly Slayer. The fact that it wasn't strictly Slayer blew my fucking mind. I'm not going to name the person. I'm not going to name the individual. But there was a person that works or worked there that talked about how, I tried throwing, I'm paraphrasing here, but it was basically this was the only mode that they allowed to get through. I'm like, how about we stop trying to force modes into something that they don't need to go into? You could have strictly had a Slayer-based ranked FFA and have maps that are not just Aquarius, but also not fucking launch. I don't know if even launch site was in it, but maps that don't belong in an FFA scenario. If you get rid of those and you have a little bit more variety other than Aquarius and it's strictly Slayer, come on. That, would it have been the most popular playlist in the world? No. But would it probably have been more popular than what they're saying that ranked FFA has been over the course of it being rotational? I believe so. I highly believe so. And I don't even play FFA. That's the fucking thing. I don't even play FFA. And I look at this and I'm like, you guys put Oddball in that shit? What the fuck are you trying to do? Wow. All right. And then the worst part is that, this is what I truly believe this. And again, I'm probably wrong, but I truly believe that it's been so consistently underpopulated from where they wanted it to be like a traditional ranked playlist because of all the stuff that they did beforehand. It's why I truly believe that if it launched and it was Slayer only and it had some additional maps that fit the FFA mold alongside Aquarius, I truly believe it would have been in a better state than it is today. It's crazy to me that we don't have because we're going to get ranked doubles and ranked team Slayer when the match composer comes later in the year. We're going to get those, and those are going to be staple. So yay, more ranked playlists. But the fact that FFA is not going to be there, and it's been relegated to be a rotational, and I believe that the population issues stemmed from them not giving a shit from what it was traditionally supposed to be. I'm just, it's frustrating. Will, do you have anything to add on that?
No, just, it never made sense to have objective modes in a ranked FFA playlist. And I don't know. I think people just didn't enjoy that as much. In a social playlist, I understand it, but in ranked, that's not what it's about. You even run FFAs at events, right? Mm-hmm. They should reflect that as much as possible. Give people that playlist to practice for entering a tournament.
And they did that for a very short period of time, right?
Yes, and I'm going to be real. Not everyone reads these blogs or these patch notes. A majority of the people probably didn't even know that it changed from having the objective modes in it to just being Slayer.
Probably not. Probably not. Ben Jammin, welcome back. Good to see you. Legend, welcome back. Good to see you as well. Play Pat, welcome back. Hope everyone's having a good night. Yeah, it's just weird because you literally have the blueprint right in front of you. You've had the blueprint in front of you for basically since the launch of the game, with what you said, the FFAs at majors and at worlds. And if you just take that blueprint you take those settings, you take Aquarius, and you add a couple maps to that rotation, so you keep things a little bit more fresh. I swear to God, like population, while population may not have been what they were looking for to make it a traditional ranked playlist and not a rotational, I think it would have been better than what it is today. Like dramatically better.
Yeah, I agree.
So what are you going to do? Regarding more maps being added to ranked, Tashi said that they're still working on it. So I know that they said that they're going to be working on adding more community-made maps into it. I know Hines is kind of heading that avenue or whatever you want to fucking call it. Also, Mar, welcome back as well. Absent, good to see you. So we'll just have to wait and see on that. I just hope that they're good, and I hope that they fit the ranked settings. Because we're going to talk about the new map that was unveiled for Content Update 29. Jesus fucking Christ. We're going to talk about that map. And in that map's blog post that released today, I don't have it in the show notes, by the way, because I'm not going to read through it all. But in that blog post, one of the individuals who made the map stated, and this is nothing against the person who made the map or people who made the map, like nothing against them. It's just, there was a statement in that article that said it was made for both social and competitive in mind. And I'm like, that middle hallway is anything but competitive. Like, are you kidding me? That is anything but competitive. But hey, man, you do you. So, Jesus Christ, we'll get to that. Regarding rank,
I mean, at least there is threat seekers, and it's a narrow hallway, just freaking naded out.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong there. It's just that, and there's also cubby holes, like in there, and I'm like, this has the rattiest shit written all over it for having these little cubby holes that people could just sneak into and be like, hey, bitch. I'm scared.
There's a sword in there, right?
Yeah, there is. There's legitimately a sword in there. Oh my God. Okay. Regardless, I row boats. I don't, but apparently you do. Says, oh, nice. I finally caught a live show. Welcome to the live show. Good to see you. Hope you're having a great night. Farrell, welcome back as well. Good to see you too. All right. Regarding ranked resets, now that the content updates are taking the place of seasons, Tashi said there's more to share on that later, but yes, there will be rank resets still. And then regarding ranked matchmaking, matching on MMR instead of the intended CSR, previously, because it's since been fixed, but previously, he stated that there is an issue with the system. The engineers are working on a fix, and it's nearly ready for deployment, as I understand. We will let folks know when that's been resolved. It's supposed to match on CSR. That's the intention. And then there was a fix, I believe, yesterday. And he says, can confirm that we released an update to resolve this issue. Players should be matching and ranked based on CSR once again. Thank you for your patience. So there you go. That has been fixed. That is good to hear. And I've been hearing some good things since the update, so hopefully that is actually the case. And Will, that's it for the competitive news. Which means, Will, it's time for Rostermania!
Yeah, we got a few things for you today for Rostermania. The first is complexity, and they've announced a coach. It's Ashes. So I personally don't know who Ashes is. Josh, did you know before this announcement?
He works with complexity already, so he's like in a dual role situation now.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yes.
Well, let's hopefully they can bring something to the board for the players that they have there.
Absolutely.
Let's see. Sintanegra Esports, they're looking to field a North America team. And they state, we are recruiting North America teams to represent Sintanegra Esports in the next HCS. If you are interested, contact, I'm going to say, me, Jafita, directly. So there you go. Looking to come back into the North America scene.
That's their Twitter as well, by the way. So if he's like throwing @ in front of that, that's their Twitter account.
Gotcha. Last but not least, Europa Halo. I'm probably going to say this wrong. Is it Kalen?
Yeah.
Kalen. Taking a step back. And they stated, in 2024, I plan to finally take steps back in my involvement in the scene. After delivering on a European Halo LAN, I think it is near time to hang up the boots. I'd like to pass on knowledge and help other Halo projects in the scene. Feel free to reach out if you need help.
Well, Kalen, thank you for fucking everything you've continued to do throughout the scene, throughout the years. And I know that, I mean, obviously that Quadrant LAN is coming up, so I expect there to be assistance in some capacity from Europa Halo on that side of things. But regardless, you're a fucking legend. Congratulations on Blackpool again. And yeah, hopefully we see you stateside sometime because that'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, it would. But yeah, wishing the best moving forward for you there. For sure.
Absolutely.
That's all we have for Rostermania, Josh.
Thank you very much. Therefore, it's time for your upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombat.com. Check out noobcombat.com for all your Halo esports needs. On Saturday, January 27th, we have the Tylenol Halo 3 Team Slayer Draft Tournament and the LVT Halo 2v2 Open number 3. And then on Sunday, January 28th, we have the I Spiteful and European Halo League Draft Tournament and then the LVT Halo 4v4 Open number 3. So go check those out if you're any at all interested. And we've seen some fucking crazy Halo being played the past couple weeks. And that's it for upcoming tournaments of the week presented by noobcombat.com. Check out noobcombat.com for all your Halo esports needs. Well, Scrim tournament league recaps. What do we got?
Yeah, speaking of LVT, we have the LVT Halo 2v2 Open. This was the second one that took place. In fourth place, it was Gunplexion and Persecute. Third went to Glory and Legend. Second, Renegade and Frosty. And taking it home was Boobadooboo and Spartan. So congrats to them for taking the 2v2. On the other side, 4v4, very next day. And this, I have a statement from Tools here. Players will have made some adjustments to the Swiss format. We will be doing 6 rounds of Swiss in 2 stages. The first stage will be 4 rounds of best of 3s. The second stage will be 2 rounds of best of 5s. The best of 5s will have more weighting on the final score. Every map counts. So they changed up the format of the Swiss just a little bit. And here we have the results for you. In third, fourth, we had Team Gale Lewis, which is Burton, Monster, Squall Eye, and Straight Sick. The Bad News Bears as well, which included Neptune, Boo Boo Doo Boo. I almost said Doo Boo Boo Boo, and I had to stop myself.
I felt that was happening.
Spartan and Collect. Second went to No Org. This is Noble Drift, Acid, and Tapping Buttons. And take it first place, your Shopify Rebellion roster with Psycho Mental, Soul Snipe, and Suppressed. They lost only 1 map throughout the entire tournament, and it was before bracket play.
Yes.
Craziness.
Fucking insane. Tools, I have a question for you if you're hanging out right now. Also, Mexican Manther, welcome back. Good to see you. H Bomber, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Welcome to the live show. Tools, is there a separate link that you guys are using for the actual bracket after the Swiss rounds? I'm curious. Because the only link that I can find is the one on Faceit for the actual Swiss rounds and not the bracket. Like the champ bracket, if you will. So if you guys have links to those, can you send them my way? In order to make a bracket, we have to get an admin on the Faceit website to make it so it's like a whole separate link. Can you send me the link when you have that for the last 2 tournaments that you guys do here? Just so I can include them here. It'd make tracking teams down a lot easier. Thank you, Tools. I appreciate you. Whenever you have the chance. Not pressing right now. It's just I to make things a lot easier for not only like myself, but the show notes as well. It'd be great to have both links so people can check out the brackets, and it'd be great. You guys got to start doing these podcasts daily. Best place for the honest Halo news, or is that not possible? Holy shit. That'd be something, Play Pat. That'd be something. No, it's not it's not possible.
It's just not like we'd cover one thing a day and it'd be like a 5-minute show and then we'd be like, all right, see ya.
We also just strictly don't have time, like with our schedules the way that they are. Like it was hard enough landing on Wednesdays for the interim. Like, so the fact that we moved from Monday to Wednesday in and of itself, just for the time being till May, like that was already difficult. So like to do it daily would be it'd be fun, but it'd be fucking insane. DeBear, welcome back. What's up to you? That's cool, Mar, but I don't pay attention to that. But yeah, play Pat. I love the idea and I love the passion. You're too kind. It's just it's just not feasible right now. Okay, Will.
Yeah.
Topic of the show, baby.
There's a lot here.
There is a lot here. There is a lot to cover because there's a lot that was announced and a lot kind of there's a lot into like the nitty gritty of it all as well. And I want to make sure we cover it. So this is going to be
snacks, folk.
Yes, get your snacks. Get your Will's got his fucking Cheez-Its ready to go. Oh my God. I love it. I respect it. I love the shit out of it. Oh my God. What else can the man do? He can win. Well, hopefully he can win. Ashley asked what kind of Cheez-Its, Will. What kind of Cheez-Its you packing?
Oh, these are just the standard original, I guess you'd call them.
The best ones, actually.
Yeah. It's also a giant box. It's got 2 big bags in it. It's thick.
It's called the Sam's Club variety.
Yes.
Or Costco, whatever you prefer.
Either or.
Yeah, standard Cheez-Its are the best Cheez-Its by far. Izzy Scout, welcome back. Good to see you. All right. The HCS 2024 roadmap. We have a lot to cover here. So like Will said, get your snacks, get your drinks, sit back, relax, strap the fuck in. We got a lot to discuss. The HCS 2024 roadmap. And again, if you want to follow along, if you're watching live, show notes in the chat. The show notes have everything there. And then if you're listening to this show on YouTube or your favorite podcast service, link will be included in the description of those. So the HCS 2024 roadmap is by the HCS. It's 2024, and you know what that means. Year 3 of Halo Infinite HCS is right around the corner. And if it's anything like what the last 2 years have been like, then we are all in for a big treat. Tetrafy, welcome back. New events, new rosters, and new opportunities for the world's greatest Halo players to etch their names in the competitive Halo history books. Coming off a historic year 2, we can't help but feel immensely grateful for all the players and fans of competitive Halo and HCS. To everyone who plays in the ranked playlists, except FFA, because those who watch every event, the pros that can put on an amazing show, and all of our partners, thank you. Here is the format for year 3 of the HCS. We decided to stay close to the tried and true format that Halo's had, with open events where teams earn points that ultimately help them qualify for the Halo World Championship. Last year, you might remember that we hosted global invitationals where only 16 teams were able to compete. But for year 3, every event before the Halo World Championship is a major. This means there will be an open bracket and any team can sign up and compete. Not any team up to 64, because that's the cap. We'll get to that. Ultimately, we felt leaning into the competitive Halo's roots where the entire community was brought under one roof was best for the league. Last year, we also experimented with events hosted by teams with Optic and Space Station. One of them was absolute dog shit. The other one was one of the best events, if not the best event we ever had. Response from fans was amazing as these teams brought us into their home turf and put on great events. One of them did. For year 3, we decided to double down on this, literally. Each event leading up to the Halo World Championship 2024 will now be hosted by a partner team, Optic, Quadrant, FaZe, and Space Station. We can't wait to work with each of these teams to put on a spectacle for all fans to enjoy. As with last year, tournament administration will be managed by the HCS and Esports engine and not the teams to avoid conflict of interest. To see more details about the format and the rules, see the handbook that is linked again in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show, show notes in chat. Now, Ashley, real quick, actually, BXR, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Ashley, I did not hear this from you before, but yes, you were saying that apparently there was a hot tub convention at Arlington during the last event. Is that true? Is that actually what happened? And that's why? No, Absent, I don't fucking remember seeing anything like that. I remember being shoved to the right and then that was it. Just shoved to the right and that was it. All right. Yeah, I didn't see any of that. I was just bitching about no partnered team booths there except fucking Optic and then a little bit of HCS sprinkled in. So yes, Ashley, like you said, hopefully there is nothing like that, because one of the main reasons why that event was horseshit is because it did feel fucking cramped, like Absent said. And I'm not going to go on my rant. You can go check out that fucking show if you want to, but it's just hearing that that's what happened. It's fucking crazy to me that it's their own event. It is their own, like, quote unquote, home event. And they didn't have it be the only booked event for their own fucking venue. That's absolutely bizarre to me. So hopefully that's not the case for this year. We'll have to wait and see. Here is the roadmap. The first major, March 15th through the 17th, is the Optic Major in Arlington, Texas. There will be an open series from early February to mid-February, and then the major qualifier is the February 24th through the 25th. The next major is in London. It is the Quadrant Major in May. Date is still to be announced on that one. Kind of weird. Open series late March to mid-April, and the major qualifier is April 20th through the 21st. The third major is in Atlanta. It is the Phase Major. Again, this time in July, dates to be announced. Open series early June to mid-June, with the major qualifier June 22nd to 23rd. And the final major is in Salt Lake City. It's the Space Station Major from September 6th through the 8th. Open series early August to mid-August, and the major qualifier August 24th to 25th. And finally, the Halo World Championship returns to Seattle October 4th through the 6th. And then from Unit Sean, if you guys don't remember, part of Space Station, and had asked a very similar question for the Salt Lake City Global Invitational last year. Sean asks, we're running it back, SLC HCS Major. I want to thank Tashi and the HCS team for giving us another opportunity to do what we did last year, but bigger and better. To the players, fans, and those who attended, what can we do to enhance your experience from our last event? So guys, let me just reiterate here. This tweet that Sean put out, okay? This tweet that Sean put out was on January 19th. Okay? January 19th. That was 5 days ago from the time of recording this show. Their major is in September, and he's already looking for feedback to make it the best it can possibly be. I'll go on record right now. We haven't done preseason predictions yet, Will, because we're waiting for the roadmap to release. So maybe we'll do that next episode or the episode after that. But I'll go on record and say right now that besides Worlds, I am guaranteeing that Salt Lake City major is going to be the best out of the four that we have. And that's no offense to anybody else. I want that Quadrant one to be the fucking greatest thing ever, because they deserve it. Those fans fucking deserve it. Man, if it's anything like what SLC was last year, everybody should be in for a treat. So I'll go on record and say that here.
I mean, within that tweet and the replies, Unit did say, we want to do what we did at the last event, but bigger and in one of locations so they can accommodate more.
Yes.
It's already looking to shape up like SLC last year, bigger and better. And that's all we can hope for.
Absolutely. As you can see, we're spreading the love further than year 2 with the first Halo Infinite Major in Europe hosted by Quadrant. We cannot wait to see you all there. As always, there will be online events and qualifiers for each of the 4 regions. You can see the full list of dates. I have the full list of dates here. They are in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show. So please go ahead and look through those if you're interested. Again, all online for those dates that are there. Prizing. Once again, HCS will be delivering over $2 million in prizing to players across all events and breaks down as follows. Majors are $250,000 apiece. The Halo World Championship is $1 million, and online is $66,000 total. That's not all, of course, as each major will also feature a $5,000 FFA, as well as $5,000 in side events. And as usual, will be hosting the the Halo World Championship FFA Finals with a prize pool of $25,000 once again. So they're learning from last year. They're adding side events to every single major. That's fucking awesome. Love to see that. Hopefully that not only brings, hopefully that does bring more people in general to fill seats and whatnot, but also to get them more engaged with the event as they're happening. I fucking love that. That's great. They popped off at Worlds, so I assume that it's going to be a very welcome addition here for each major. Ziggler with the 17-month resub. Holy fuck, you get a woo! Thank you very much, man. Thank you very much. All right. Where to watch it? In 2024, we'll be able to watch all official HCS events live on Twitch and YouTube. Twitch.tv/Halo and YouTube.com/@Halo Esports HCS. And then for events with multiple streams, we'll be using these channels. Twitch.tv/HCS, HCS_red, and HCS_blue. These extra streams will be broadcast within the main YouTube channel above as usual. Okay, so there will be VODs on YouTube for all of them, as has happened in previous events. Map and road rotation. This is where we get to extraction as well. Ziggler, Jesus Christ. Thank you for listening to that shit. Here's a look at the map and mode rotation for the start of year 3 in HCS. Slayer. The following maps: Aquarius, Live Fire, Recharge, Solitude, and Streets. CTF. Aquarius, Argyle, Empyrean, and Forbidden. Also, fun fact, that is the only instance of Forbidden in any of these. Like, throughout the entire HCS rotation, Forbidden CTF is the only instance of Forbidden. King in the Hill, Live Fire, Recharge, and Solitude. Oddball, Live Fire, Recharge, and Streets. And Strongholds, Live Fire, Recharge, and Solitude. As for Extraction... same for Empyrean and Argyle? Oh, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, Empyrean Slayer, no more. I mean, we already knew that, but sad day regardless. I miss it.
It feels like the map pool is so small.
What do you mean? They're going to add that new one. I'm kidding, by the way.
We definitely need more maps here, man.
Yeah.
I like doing 8s. It's like, well, we already played all of this stuff already. I guess we're going right back to what we did.
What do you want to see? Do you have any idea? I know I'm putting you on the spot right now, but do you have any idea on what you'd want?
God, we need more original maps. Starbird, that's the Truth, Heretic, whatever you want to call it, remake, right? I think that works a lot better.
We'll say spiritual, not successor, but reimagining. Yeah, there you go. That's a better way to put it.
Starbird can come back with it being bandits now. Plays much better, in my opinion.
All right.
Even if it's just Slayer.
Absence, no. Ikuza, I do not believe they do. I believe they only ship to the US. You can reach out to them on Twitter though.
Forbidden's not as bad as people are saying, in my opinion. I think it plays well.
I need to play it more, and like I said it to you before as well, Will. I'm gonna stick to it. I'm waiting until scrims happen, and I'm waiting. I think I even said I'm waiting until after the first major, to fully have a more a bigger opinion on it, because I want to see how these top teams are actually utilizing the map. Because like I said, man, when I look at that shit and I'm like, oh my God, these sightlines are fucking massive. This map looks way too big, blah, blah, blah. But I want to see how they utilize it to be to form a better opinion.
Sure. Well, I know Scrim started today.
Yeah, Spartan said that it was just a one-off thing.
Native White was also scrimming today. So maybe if one of these gets streamed here or there, they probably won't. But
Yep.
we can finally see what that looks like. But I don't think Forbidden's as bad as people are saying. Oh, it was Native versus Sentinels. Perfect. So there you go. What other maps do we need, though? Just, like, it's hard to say. Like, I just want more original Halo maps.
Yeah.
Something that fits the mold, but doesn't feel too out there, like a launch site. Thank God that was never in rank, but you know what I mean? Like, for that being a Halo map, like, that was a 4v4 map for quick play and other modes that should have been, like, squad battle.
Yeah. It's awful.
I've been seeing need more variety, in my opinion.
I've been seeing a few people in chat wanting Sanctuary. I saw a couple Coliseums, I think, as well. I'll be on the Coliseum as Will, as I'm somebody that agrees 100% with Will. I want something more like original for it. Like, I want dev made original maps. If we were to get remakes of maps like that community people made and they were inserted into the playlist after they were play tested and everything, I would love to see how a well-made Coliseum remake plays, just because I loved, like, that was one of the only maps that I truly loved in 5. And then,
yeah,
as much as I hate it, it's not that I hate it, as much as I am, what's the word I'm looking for? It's too much of like a fan favorite thing. And I know that a lot of people want it. And I guess I'd be curious to see how it played. But an actual midship remake that works in Infinite, I'd be curious to see how that is, because they're going to bring that Covenant palette and, you know, people are going to go crazy with that in Forge.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm curious about that, how that would play now, especially with Bevo starts. Yeah, it's just, you're right. Things do feel a little stale right now. I'm waiting to see how Forbidden actually plays with these pros. And yeah, I'm curious.
I'm going to drop a link in chat here for a Coliseum remake that's pretty decent, in my opinion. Probably the best one I've played on so far. So if anyone wants to do custom games with this, go check it out.
There you go. Uncle Pumpy with the 17-month resub. I should say, Uncle Pumpy, thank you for the resub. You get a woo! North Snipes, I apologize for not saying it, but welcome back. Skaduff, if I didn't say it before, welcome back as well. Pharaoh, good to see you as well. Beth said earlier that in terms of thoughts on Forbidden, she says, I'm kind of like PD, what he said a week or two ago. The last game I played in Forbidden, I played really well. So as of right now, I'm not mad about it.
That's fair. I think the last one I played on it, we won. So yeah.
There you go. You only love it if you're winning that shit. Love it. Fucking love it. Yeah, Zig, that is the one that Will posted. It's a community-made Coliseum remake. Catalyst is a good map. Fight me. I think Catalyst got too much hate. I like it. Maybe not. No, never mind. I don't want to say what I'm about to say. I think Catalyst is a fine map. But like I
think
said,
it needs another lane.
Catalyst?
Yeah, the top mid lane is pretty unviable.
Yeah.
Like, I think it needs another way to get across mid other than dropping down on the bridge and then you have to go left or right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a grapple and repulsor, but you have to be on the sides of the map anyway to get those.
I think if it was strictly a CTF map, then that's fine. Because like I became like a Catalyst truther when I started seeing more of the types of plays that could be made on that map. And like we saw some incredible setups been broken on that map. So it's not like you get a setup and you win the game. Like you've seen some steamrolling Solitude games, right? With strongholds or whatnot.
Oh yeah. And
just the fact that you didn't really have those big types of situations. And then also the fact that if you had a really good start off an overtime round, you could cap it fairly quickly. So Yeah, I like it from a CTF perspective. But who knows? I know that some pros want it back too. Like they're surprised it was removed. So, only use a frag. Welcome back. Something akin to Narrows. I'll say this. As much of a fan of Narrows as I am, and I love Narrows in 3. I love Narrows in 3. Playing like that Banished Narrows or Narrows remake in the Halo 3 Refuel playlist, I don't want Narrows in comp. Maybe if something was like a spiritual successor to that map or something that could work out well, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Justin, Penguin on that map was nasty. That was one of the plays that I was alluding to. Like now Dead Zone, but like you watch some Dead Zone plays when he was formerly Penguin on Catalyst, he was a monster. Like he would know how to break setups like crazy. He had that unbelievably clutch OT flag win. Yeah, insane. So, is Forbidden the only non-symmetrical map on CTF now? Yes. So yeah, maybe we do need to, obviously we're not pros, so maybe we need to get the pro players and be like, hey, if you guys actually want Catalyst, maybe you should fucking talk to them. Like, seems like we're all kind of in agreement here that Catalyst wasn't that bad. So
wouldn't Empyrean be considered non-symmetrical?
No, Empyrean's symmetrical. The pit?
Okay, yeah. Isn't Forbidden then? If you split it down the middle, it's the same on both sides if it's just rotated, right?
Oh, that's true, isn't it? Yeah, that is true. Forbidden is symmetrical. They're all symmetrical. Jesus Christ. Otherwise, wait a second. Why would they not? Why? Never mind. We're done here. We're done. Jesus Christ. Captain Mo says, pros seem to hate Catalyst less than they originally did, but none love it. Unless we're somehow going to go one flag again. Now get the fuck out of here. Oh, man. I'm curious the amount of pros that actually would want Catalyst back. The whole hindsight is 2020 thing. Like I'm curious about that because Captain Mo, you're probably 100% right. I'm just curious as to those, like how many would actually want it back? And I'm not even saying remove something, right? I'm not even saying remove another. I'm not saying remove one. If you just added it back. I'm curious. We got Bevo starts now. Sword's been gone. Why not? You know? Why not? Let's talk about Extraction. We are hopeful to have Extraction ready for Year 3 HCS in time for the start of the season, but it needs a bit more work first. You don't fucking say. We're looking to make updates to the mode based on player feedback and aim to reintroduce it into Ranked in HCS later this year. Be on the lookout for more information in the coming months. Zig asks, is the new map they showed going to be competitive? We have yet to see anything that says yes. We have yet to see anything that says no. All I do know is, and I said this more towards the top of the show, Zig. Oh, God. You know what? Hold on. Why? I need to read you this word for word. Hold on. I need to read you this word for word. Okay. So, in the article that released today on Waypoint, multiplayer designer Cliff Schultz Cliff Schult, the multiplayer designer, stated the following about the map Illusion, the new map that is being introduced with Content Update 29. Cliff says, Illusion is designed for both social and competitive play. We hope that every type of Halo player will find elements of this map that really grab them. There you go. So no, we don't know strictly if it's going to be in ranked or not. I would assume not. I would assume not because of the camo hallway in the middle of the map, but this is not okay. I'm not trying to.
I thought they said on the live stream that it wouldn't be in ranked.
Did they? Because I didn't see that, but maybe I just wasn't paying attention enough. I don't know.
I thought they said it wasn't a ranked map.
Okay. I'm going to look at this article one more time. I'm just going to do like a Control F and see if ranked is in this article. Ranked is not in this article, so. Okay. White's Edge, get out of here. Stop it. Stop it. Scuba Steve, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. So yeah, extraction is gone for the time being. That's great. And hopefully they fix it. And if they don't, or they can't, hopefully they never reintroduce it. Year one launch unlocked bundles. When Halo Infinite launched, we released all new bundles for each team and then vaulted them just months later. They make that sound so great to hear. We released these and then we vaulted them because fuck you. Well, after much demand, they are back, but with some huge improvements. The armor and weapon kits have been unlocked, which means you can now customize with these coatings for the first time ever. Additionally, they are now multi-use, which means you can wear the armor, visors, or weapon coatings on any armor, helmet, or UNSC weapon. Because why the fuck would we have Covenant weapon skins in the game? Fuck you, that's why. The bundle will be available in the HCS shop starting on January 30th. If you already purchased the bundle when Halo Infinite first released, the content will be applied retroactively, including those for teams no longer in the HCS. These bundles have only been released for teams that are still in the HCS. So FaZe Clan, Optic, Sentinels, Space Station, and Cloud9. Because again, this is from the first wave, the very, very first wave. We thank them for their ongoing support for Halo Esports. So, if you owned any of the previous ones that are not in the HCS anymore, okay, your E-Uniteds, your G1s, your Fanatics, not G1, G2, Jesus Christ, both of them, fuck them. So, any of those, Envy, if you had any of those, then you will still have them, and like the upgrades will be retroactively applied. But if you did not purchase them when they originally were released, you will not be able to purchase them on the 30th. They will not be there. Okay. Year 3 launch bundles. Just in time for Year 3, we've got a brand new bundle with all new designs coming to you on January 30th as well. This bundle will feature new multi-use armor coatings as well as visor. These have been created by the teams themselves and features their unique branding. On top of this, we're excited to introduce the first of 3 of a new collection of weapon models with the Dracone Bandit. Let's go call it fucking Dragon, which will of course work with the original Bandit and Bandit Evo. The remaining Grim Reaper and Extermination weapon models will be available later in the HCS season. The only way to get that Bandit is to support one of the teams and purchase their bundle. Keep in mind that the majority of the profits go to the partner teams, and this helps maintain their involvement in the Halo ecosystem. Thank you for your support. I still am so surprised that we do not have animated fucking skins in the game. Because that SSG visor would be the dopest looking fucking... It already is one of the dopest looking things, but that thing would be the dopest looking thing if their Eye of Sauron was fucking animated. Like, think about how fucking cool that would be.
Yeah, I forget who put out a tweet. It may have been Ubernick who was talking about animated skins. And the thing that came to mind to me is that I'm wondering if they're trying to keep them as in universe as possible.
Will, do you hear yourself right now?
What about what?
In universe?
What?
Will, we have a fucking chunky boy core. Was that in universe? We have a hazmat core, Will. Was that in universe? Is that canon?
Maybe.
Is he scout
I don't
cat
know.
ears? Are cat
I didn't read all
ears
the
canon, Will?
But with the weapon skins, that's where they like armor. They seem to not care. Weapon skins, it's all been the same pretty much.
I really want, like, I look back at like Gears of War weapon skins and stuff like that, and how like their animated ones are really, really fucking cool. I would just love to see that type of variety applied to Halo skins. And not only that, but like give these organizations, because they said that they're the ones designing them, give them the tools to be like, hey, we've said that we've ripped the Band-Aid off before of like the possibilities that you have. Now we're going to give you even something further and you can animate these, make them look dope. Like, I just think I think it would sell a lot more, but I also think it would bring like that extra flair, like the armor effects do. And I just think it'd be cool. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree that they would be cool. And technically, we have the freaking shoulder pieces that are quote unquote animated with the scrolling text.
Yeah, the armor effect stuff. Yeah.
Why not weapon skins?
Why not weapon skins? Maythor, I apologize. Welcome back. It's good to see you. He says it's the eye from our summer merch. Well, I'm calling it the eye of Sauron, so fuck you too. I'm just kidding, not fuck you, but you know what I mean. Collect, welcome back. It's good to see you. Said this is a fake Will. Why aren't y'all in the same room? Collect, I think a better question is, why aren't you here? Huh? Why aren't you in this room?
Yeah, I got tired, so now I'm just AI generated for the show.
We hooked him up to do people still use Chat GPT or whatever the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Whatever the most popular one is right now, we hooked him up to that. And so whatever Will says, it's actually AI generated. So the artwork is all original though. Like Will's art is all original. The animation's all original. It's just his speech has been AI generated. So
you know what Infinite's also missing on top of weapon skins, animated weapon skins?
What's up?
Or reactive weapon skins? Assassinations.
Yep. Justin has been fighting for that shit for a long time. You can monetize the fuck out of it too. So we're obviously they have to know about these things, like duh. But like from the outside looking in, assassinations would be a moneymaker. Animated weapon skins and like maybe armor skins or whatever would be a moneymaker. I love that idea, Will, of reactive weapon skins. Like that'd be cool. Like every time you get a kill or something, it does something new, or like it glows a different, like it maybe adds more effect to it.
Yeah.
Like that'd be fucking dope.
You get to overkill balloons and stuff, shoot out the barrel, like Grunt Birthday Party sound.
Fucking anything, man. Dave says, when do I get crossover skins? Wings from Diablo would have been cool, but no, we get Butterfinger colors. I mean, we had that Oreo coating. We had the nail polish coating. The thing that I will say that I am appreciating is the fact that 343, well, I wish they were all skins were cross-core, all weapon skins were cross-weapon. They are like making more and more cross-core, cross-weapon as these updates come out. So like ones that previously were not cross-core, like more and more becoming cross-core, which is cool. So like we're still waiting on some of these promotional ones to be cross-core, like the Oreo and nail polish ones. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Dave makes a good point. More campaign. We all just want more campaign.
Yeah, we all know that ain't happening though.
Riz, that was me telling everyone about the final skins that prints a receipt after you kill a person.
My God. Ikuza, I would assume so, because I think their goal or their intention is to make everything cross-core eventually. So I would assume that yeah, the knee pads and the gloves are going to be next, or whenever they decide to come. So, yeah. Sholnov says, Assassinations, the game can't register a fucking backsmack ninja properly.
That's true.
Oh my God. All right. So yeah, go check out those bundles. Hold on, I missed something here. Akusa says, did you see how Lucid doesn't like the new coding for Season 3? He said in a response, let's just say I'm happy the Season 1 bundle is coming alongside it. Yeah, I found it funny. Like, so Optic wins Worlds in 2022. Okay? Like, good for them. That was a great fucking win. We were cheering our asses off. It was a great time. But the fact that for their Year 3 HCS bundle to kick the season off, their tweet was like, we're reminiscing about that time we won Worlds, so here's this. Okay. The worst part is that the Optic ones, like, a lot of them just feel samey at this point.
There's not enough variation to warrant a new purchase. No.
Like, FaZe, they've been doing things a little bit. Obviously, Space Station's one that's done the most differently, I guess you could say. Like, bundle over bundle over bundle. Yeah, FaZe has even switched things up. They came out with that fucking desert one.
Sandstorm.
Yeah. There's a few that have gone a little different. The quadrant ones also look similar to what they've done in the past, so I don't know there. But yeah, who knows? Well, wait and see how they look in the game. Okay. HCS Major Arlington. Hosted by none other than Optic Gaming. Tickets are available right now, ladies and gentlemen. They're available right now. Let's talk about it. Key info. It's March 15th through the 17th in Arlington, Texas at the Esports Stadium in Arlington. Tickets are available right now. Team passes are to be announced. It'll be broadcasted on Twitch and YouTube. The 4v4 prize pool is $250,000 because, of course, it's a major. FFA prize pool is $5,000, and the side events, again, are $5,000. Tickets and Team Pass. General admission, 3-day tickets. There is no VIP. Same as last year. There is no VIP. Okay? Okay. The other thing to keep in mind. Do you have an Optic Nation subscription? Do you? Okay, so if you have an Optic Nation subscription, then you get early access to the venue. I think. I don't know if it's for a day or for the whole weekend, but you get that. And then you get a different looking credential, which is, if it's what it was last year, then instead of a green lanyard, you get a gold lanyard. Or not lanyard, but badge. Neat. Tickets are $50. And you get entry into the venue for the entirety of the event, because that'd be fucking stupid if you didn't. You get free access to compete in the FFA Inside tournaments. And then if you attend, you will receive a Halo Waypoint token that unlocks all the in-game Twitch drops offered during the event. So there you go. Zig, I think we're all fucking waiting on that. I think we're all waiting on when the other dates are going to be announced. Discount codes in order to provide extra value to fans and also allow fans to support their favorite teams directly. You can use any of the codes below at checkout to receive a 10% discount on your tickets. When you save 10%, the teams receive 10%. Cloud9, Complexity, FaZe, Optic, Sentinel, Space Station, and Quadrant are all the codes you can use. And for seniors and military, seniors can use the code senior, and military can use the code military for 10% off as well. Team passes, they'll be available for purchase at a later date. It'll be $250. Covers 4 players and a coach. If you plan on competing at any HCS event, be sure to check out the player handbook and the code of conduct, which are available right now. Links are included in the Google Doc that show up to the show. And the HCS major event rules, which is coming later at whatever fucking time they decide. I don't know. Tournament format. HCS major tournament structure for 2024 will be similar to the tried and true format we used in year 2. It'll be a 64-team open bracket. Okay? So each major will be 64 teams. So once team passes go on sale, you better fucking buy one and not bitch about the amount of seats that are available. Just be ready when the time comes. Okay? Okay. Play Pat, you're too kind. 16-team pool play and a 12-team championship bracket. The open bracket will start and end on that Friday, March 15th. And the top 4 teams will advance to pool play. So again, they're going to keep with what they did last year. And believe it or not, for the most part, it worked out. Having open brackets start and end on the same day. Pool play. Feature 12 auto-qualified teams and 4 teams from the open bracket. 4 pools of 4, single round robin. First and second in pools go to winners round 1. Third in pools goes to losers round 1. And it's back again. Fourth in pools is eliminated from the tournament. Okay? There was contention about this last year. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe they tried it at Fort Worth, Will? Am I correct on that? Yeah. So they tried it at Fort Worth, where all 4 teams from pools moved on. This time they're going back to what they've been doing, which is 4th place in pools is eliminated from the tournament. Scoob Meister! Happy belated birthday to you. And yes, tried and true format. And trust me, we're going to get to the shafting of your guys' region. Don't you worry. It's coming. Speaking of which, we can get to that literally right now. In Pool A, here are the teams that would be in Pool A. The North American Major 1 qualifier, 1st place and 7th place. EU for HCS points, the top team for HCS points in the EU. And then an open bracket team. Pay attention to the regions that we're mentioning here. In Pool B, North American Major number 1 qualifier, 2nd place. The EU Major number 1 qualifier, 1st place. The North American Major number 1 qualifier, 8th place. And an open bracket team. In Pool C, all North American and an open bracket team. And then in Pool D, all North American and an open bracket team. If you were paying attention, then you would have heard that Australia, New Zealand, and Mexico were not included to be guaranteed pool play spots. We'll get to that. Championship bracket. The champ bracket is where the best of the best will clash for their share of $250,000 and a paid trip to the London Major. There will be a 12-team double elimination bracket. The top 6 teams will lock in those seeds at London. So the top 6 teams from the first major will lock in their seeds for London. Okay? Keep that in mind. Because I have a really good feeling that that's going to come up again, like in terms of potential confusion when the qualifiers come up. Remember the qualifier for the qualifier debacle last year?
Oh, yeah.
I have a feeling that hopefully this clears things up, though, because that means that those top 6 teams don't have to go through that rigmarole, as in they already have their seeds.
Right. My question is, down the line, are HCS points going to matter at some point again? So should these 6 seeds that have locked in who don't think they need to play for these HCS points that may come into play in, split 2, as they call it?
Sure.
I don't know.
Will, we're going to get to that in just a second.
Oh, perfect. Maybe I should have read ahead.
No, it's okay. It's okay. We'll get to it. The 4v4 prize breakdown is the following. First is $100,000. Second, $60,000. Third, $30,000. Fourth, $17,500. Fifth, sixth place will take home $8,000 apiece. Seventh and eighth place will take home $5,000 apiece. Ninth through 12th will take home $2,500 apiece. And 13th through 16th will take home $1,625 apiece. Here is how to qualify. Teams will qualify for the Arlington Major in 2 ways. major qualifiers, or HCS point totals. NA and EU teams will compete for pool play spots in their major qualifiers. Mexico and Australia and New Zealand teams will compete for open bracket travel coverage in their Open Championship. HCS Open Series. The Open Series will take place in all regions as teams stack up HCS points ahead of the major qualifiers. Face It registrations to be announced. It's free to enter, double elimination. The prize includes cash and HCS points, a 2K series distribution. And then the Open Series dates are included in the Google Doc of the show. Feel free to read through them. Note, 2023 HCS points will be used to seed the first Open Series tournament. Following the first Open, 2024 points will be used for seeding. Okay? Arlington Major Qualifiers and Open Championships. Following the Open Series, teams from all regions will battle it out in their respective major qualifiers or Open Championships for pool play seeds and travel coverage. Face It registrations to be announced. It's free to enter, double elimination. North American and EU prize are pool play seeds and HCS points and travel coverage. Okay? So you'll get points for this one, Will. And then Mexico, Australia, and New Zealand is HCS points and travel coverage. So again, they have taken away pool play spots for Mexico and Australia and New Zealand. Major qualifier and Open Championship dates, they're included in the Google Doc of the show. It's the show. Check it out. And a note here, teams who earn travel coverage for Arlington via the qualifier must compete with the same roster. Okay? I can already see it now where we saw it last year. We'll probably see it again. There's probably going to be a debacle that happens with this because of that one line that's there, whether it be somebody needs an emergency sub and they're not granted one, whatever it may be. So please keep in mind, if anybody listens to this, please keep in mind, teams who earn travel coverage for the Arlington Major via the Major number 1 online qualifier must compete with the same roster. Okay. Pool play qualification. North American Major qualifier are the top 8. EU Major qualifier is the top 1 because there's 2 EU pool play spots. And then North American HCS point total is top 2. And the EU HCS point total is top number 1. Okay? So again, 10 pool play spots for North America, 2 pool play spots for EU, and none for the other regions. Travel coverage. Additional teams from each region will earn travel coverage to compete in the Arlington Major Open Bracket. North American, the third in HCS point totals, and for EU, the second in HCS point totals. And then for Mexico, Australia, the winner of their respective Open Championships. Those will all earn travel coverage to compete in the Open Bracket. The $5,000 FFA tournament. As with every major, HCS Arlington will feature a $5,000 FFA tournament open to all event attendees. Stay tuned for pre-registration. Here is the prize breakdown. $2,000 for first, $1,200 for second, $800 for third, $425 for fourth, $200 for fifth, $150 for sixth, $125 for seventh, and $100 for eighth. Stay tuned for more info on which games and competitions will be found on side events, and then Twitch and YouTube for all of the streams along with co-streamers. Will, to close out the topic, I want to talk about the pool play stuff.
Okay.
So I'm conflicted. And if there's one thing that I say on this show is that I try to be honest 100% of the time. And I've been thinking about this for a while, like ever since the roadmap was released, ever since the major format was released, I've been thinking about this. And like I said, I'm conflicted. Because on the one hand, and Scoob, if you're listening right now, anybody from Australia, New Zealand, anybody from the Mexico region, this is nothing against any of you for what I'm about to say. Because on the one hand, I think it sucks. I think it unbelievably sucks that we've had this precedent set for so long. And the HCS is touting so often especially at the beginning of all this. Like, we're trying to have more global representation. That's why we have these global invitationals where these teams are invited out. We want, like, if things blow up more, we obviously want to introduce more regions, like blah, 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 blah. And then year over year, whether it be to HCS's doing, whether it be due to the amount of players or teams that sign up in their respective regions, things have dwindled and dwindled and dwindled. If we want, now I'm going to look like an asshole here. Because on the one hand, I want there to be the most competition possible, especially in pool play, especially in championship bracket. And I'm going to sound like an asshole, but if you look back statistic-wise over the past 2 years, the only time a Mexico, Australia, New Zealand team made it out of pool play was at Worlds last year with Luminosity. Like, that was it. And so on the one hand, I want these teams to have better representation because they're the ones that are putting that work in their respective region, trying to get their names out there, trying to prove themselves worthy of being in that spot. And I respect the shit out of that. It's just, on the other hand, I want there to be the most competition in the space. And if these teams, whether it be because they're not getting the opportunities to compete against North American teams more often, they're not able to come over here and compete in Scrim more often, whatever it may be, they're just not, I haven't seen that level being reached yet. Scoop says, we don't deserve the pool play spot. My main issue is that they sent us to our death for 2 years straight and did nothing to grow our region. So, Scoob, let me ask you this. Because as somebody who is in that region, Australia and New Zealand, for those who don't know about Scoob, mouse and keyboard phenom is what I'm going to call him. Scoob, what would you like to see, or what would you have liked to see? Because you say they did nothing to grow your region, what would you have wanted them to do? What do you want them to do to grow your region? You were there, you were living in this, you were experiencing this firsthand. What do you want? That's what I want.
I'm curious on Scoob's opinion too, because from where I sit, and I might be wrong, but look, there were some qualifying events that we only had, or like HCS point events where we only had like 6 teams sign up.
That or less.
For A and Z.
That or less.
And when you have that low competition, how do you grow the region? That even with that being said, if you say you up prize pool money, right? You're going to get new teams coming in, but the top teams are still going to be the top teams because it has the top talent already. So then you have to grow the talent. And how do you do that with where, if you try to play on A teams, you're going to be sitting on 500 ping. Like,
right.
What do you do?
Scoobmeister says, a LAN is the only thing that matters, but without the flashy shits, they're not paying, wait, you say paying 100,000 plus like they did with Melbourne in 2022. Nobody outside of the top 3 cared about playing because there was nothing to play for. So, okay. He says, if last year they only sent 2 teams to each major, cut us from the invitationals and kept our one world spot, that's 5 trips of 5 people each event, easily would have saved 100,000 to put towards the LAN. And see, Scoob, I see where you're coming from, man. I do. But I don't think that's how they're looking at it either. Like, I don't think, and I know that's what you want, and I'm glad I asked you. I wanted to know what you wanted. And a Melbourne LAN would be fucking sick. Like, if we had like, I mean, the dream, right? The dream would be a US major, a Europe major, a Mexican major, Australia, New Zealand major, and then Worlds back in the US. Like, that'd be insane for a year's worth of events. And we were supposed to have a Mexican major. Like, that was on the table. It didn't happen, but it was on the table. So I see where you're coming from. It's just, if I'm, this is going to sound terrible, but I'm guaranteed they were not thinking about it that way. Like, by only having a certain amount of teams come from this region to compete over here, we're saving this much money to put towards something that they want. As awful as that sounds. So, and to play the counter side of this, Scoob, I want to ask you this. You said that nobody outside of the top three cared about playing because there was nothing to play for. You still, again, this is going to sound terrible, but they still had that chance to come over here. Like, that's what they were playing for. They were playing for that opportunity. Now, yes, financially, it probably didn't necessarily make sense. But to have that opportunity, I mean, whooping your ass would be pretty difficult to do. So maybe they just weren't able to do that, in which case I understand. But, like, I don't know. I miss that thought of wanting to compete to be better and to be the best and to, you know what I mean? Scoop says also go ahead, Will.
Well, with wanting to grow the scene regionally there, it sounds like you guys need a grassroots program, right? Someone who can step up, start funding lands for you guys.
And they do have, like, I don't know about the land portion of it, but they do have ANZ Halo. Or like Halo Australia.
Because, like, coming from HCS side, they're not going to throw money at something that's not going to make them money, if that makes sense. Because the region isn't big enough by itself. So it's almost like a double-edged sword here. The region has to grow itself to get more recognition. But there are players from there that can hang in the scene, so it's like,
yeah.
What do you do?
It's really fucking difficult. And I was looking at Halo Australia's Twitter. The last thing that they basically tweeted out was like, for the Fort Worth major qualifiers. That was it. And I believe they're still a grassroots partner. But we all know what that actually means. Scoop says, I get what you're saying, but people over here don't get paid to play. People have jobs. I've had teammates not being able to commit because it's hard to take a week off of work every event multiple times a year. That completely makes sense. Yeah, Scoob. I wish I had the answer. I truly wish I had the fucking answer. And I wish we could just I wish we could just get in a room with 343 and be like, you say you want global representation, do this. And they do it. But it's not, it fucking sucks because it's not going to be the way that it is. Because you're right. I don't know what their plans are internally, because clearly they obviously have an idea of how they want things to be done when the year starts. Like when Infinite released, right? And I mean, hell, when 5 released and you had the World Championship, right? I'm guaranteed that the same tune was being sung at the beginning of Halo 5 Esports. Was we want more global representation. Here is our initial outline for what we want that to look like and what we want to do for that. And then either maybe they're expecting it to grow organically and it just doesn't. Maybe they have these loftier expectations than what can actually be met. I don't know, but I'm guaranteed the same tune was being sung when Halo 5 released as when Halo Infinite did, because we know, Will, like when Halo Infinite released, it is the Halo World Championship making a return. We want more global representation, global representation, global representation. Like these things were touted over and over and over again. And he was even asked Tatashi as well, like, we have the EU, we have Mexico, we have Australia, New Zealand. Is there plans to expand further? Like we asked him a while ago, we talked about the Asian market, right? Like clearly there are Halo players there. And obviously I guaranteed they'd love to be able to compete stateside. And he's like, and I think he gave like a basic response that, I mean, no offense to him, he was doing what he had to do. Like, if it grows, then we'll see what we can do. It just sucks. It just sucks. So Scoob, at the very least, to play, this is going to sound awful too, but playing devil's advocate here, at the very least, and again, it is the very least, without fully cutting ties off with the other regions, yourself included, at the very least, you guys are being given an opportunity for travel coverage. And if that means that you guys are able to get that spot, like you and your teammates, whatever that team consists of, if that means you guys get that spot and we get to see you guys in the US again, I can't fucking wait. I can't wait to see you again stateside. I can't wait to see you competing again. And I hope you're given another opportunity. I really do. Because as I told you many events ago, I think you have one of the best mentals. I think you're incredibly respectful. And I think that goes an incredibly long way. Not to mention you're skillful, obviously, in the game as well. So obviously I'm wishing the fucking best for your region. I'm wishing the very best for the Mexican region as well. And I stand by what I said, where we want the most competition in pool play and in championship bracket. And if you look at statistic wise, and I know you agreed about the pool play spot with what I was saying, like if you look at statistic wise, other regions perform way better than others. I just hope you guys are given some opportunity. I hope you come out. I hope you ball out and fucking prove some people wrong, man. Prove some people wrong. That's where I'll leave that. And Scoob, thank you again for the insight. Really do appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Thank you for providing that insight. Will, is there anything you wanted to add?
Nah, let's keep rolling.
All right. And you got it, Scoob. You got it. That's it for our topic. The roadmap officially out now. We know what the events are. We don't necessarily know when a couple of the dates are, which is weird. But hey,
yeah.
what are you going to do?
I feel like what happened was that they're like, this isn't going to be nailed down by the end of January. I said at the end of January, TBA, motherfuckers.
It's just, I find that funny because typically, I mean, like you look at musical events, right, Will? Like, depending upon the musical event or the sporting event or whatnot, you have these things locked down months, if not years in advance. Yeah. So I do find it funny that the two middle majors of the year do not have dates locked down yet, because I would assume that like you would need to have these things dialed in and locked in preparation and all that stuff. But
yeah, I feel like convention centers, if you're trying to book a weekend, right?
Yeah, a full weekend.
It's most likely that the next weekend or the weekend after that is already booked.
Yeah.
So if your date, it's not like it says July for Atlanta. If they don't get the one weekend of July they're going after,
yep.
Then what?
I don't know. I want to say this though. Pharaoh said a lot of people predicting that the top LATAM team could place top 8 or 6 after watching them in the last LVT. People are no.
They hopium?
That is absolute hopium. I would say top 8 at best, but that is being very, very generous.
Dave makes a good point here. Some convention centers don't book over 6 months in advance. COVID ruined that for everyone. So that might be the issue.
Thank you very much.
That makes sense.
Thanks, Dave, for that insight too. Like, don't get me wrong, Pharaoh and others that believe that. Like, I wish them the best. And yes, they are playing well in an online tournament where not all the top teams are competing. Not all the rosters are solidified yet. Yes, they are playing well in an online event. Good for them.
Who pulls the closer server for the ping?
I would assume us. Like, I would assume the North American players do.
But you never know. Like, it could pull.
People like this exact same fucking thing happened last year. It happened the year before. It's going to happen every single year. People are going to blow online competition out of proportion and be like, this team's the best in the world. Like, no, they're not. Oh my God. Pharaoh, you are 1000% correct. Competition from 4th through 16 is crazy.
It is.
Absolutely bonkers. Yeah. I think the race for top 4 is the closest it's ever been. And not all the teams are solidified yet. Like, we're still waiting for a few to make their announcements.
Yakuza, I'm not concerned for Optic. I think they'll be all right.
I think they'll be just fine too.
I don't think there's a slide back with the roster change they made. I think it's either they improve or stay the same.
Tool says, literally everyone said FaZe would win because of their online scrim results. You said nah, but when it happens, you just ignore it. Tools, did you go back and listen to that episode? I stand by what I said about scrims. Did Optic win when they were winning all their scrims? No. Do I care about scrim results? No. Did I predict FaZe to win Worlds? Yes. Did I base that prediction off scrim results? No. Go listen to the episode again. Maybe late to the party, but you think ABG makes an impact on this team change? Yes, absolutely. Also, welcome back, Enlightened. Yeah, I think he absolutely makes a difference on that team. I'm excited to see what they do. I like and appreciate how they're setting people's expectations. Where they're saying, like, don't expect us to win events right away. Like, they've said that. And I respect the hell out of that. They know what they need to do. They're waiting for this first major. We can see where all these teams kind of stack up at that point in time. They're then going to know what they need to work on. They should get better from there. Trippy and Penguin appear more locked in than loose and informal. Ikuza, let me lay your fears to rest. It's still the off season. Don't worry about it. Scrims haven't, yes, we had a couple, but like scrims haven't truly started yet. Just wait. It's okay. Players may still be on vacations. Like, players chill and playing other games. It's okay. Everything will be just fine. No need to be worried.
I'll say this too. I'd rather have Lucid playing Call of Duty and having fun and saving his mental for when he does then scrim and play with the team so that he's in good spirits. How about that?
There you go.
If your mental's cracked or just gone from playing Infinite 100% of the time, when you go to play with the team, it's going to be less fun.
Exactly. Everything, they'll be just fine. These guys, like, they are professional players. They are professional players. They know when they need to lock in. All I'm going to say is I hope Formal's locked in this year. I hope that he put that other shit to the wayside from last year. He's locked in fully from this year, and we can see what that team can do fully.
Yeah.
Anemone, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. So yeah, just everybody that is worried just needs to relax. We're still technically in the off season. The roadmap has just been announced. Scrims will start in the near future. Scrims don't necessarily mean anything. And we can get back to practicing. We can get back to these online qualifiers and whatnot. Get back to LAN play. It's all going to be great. It's all going to be great. Just wait. Just wait. So yeah. That is actually it for the topic of the show. It's time for the regular news. Community live stream Halo Infinite content update 29 by 343.
CU 29.
CU 29. Crass says, but overreacting is fun. Dude, Crass, Will and I,
they're not wrong.
Will and I are in our 30s. I'm a dad. I don't have time for the bullshit anymore. So like when I see these posts on Reddit and whatnot of these overreactions coming in, all I can literally think to myself is, do you guys have anything fucking better to do than act like this is the most important thing in the world right now, or this actually makes a difference? It's crazy to me. It's actually crazy to me, but that's besides the point. But no, I know speculation and overreactions are going to happen regardless. It is part of the fun of it. I know. I laugh to myself when I read some of the posts. Content update 29. The best name of an update ever. Halo Infinite's next free update, Content Update 29, CU29, arrives on January 30th, bringing a new arena map, a Covenant object palette, and new Forge features, a new armor core and customization rewards, and the first of 3 free operations, starting with the Halo Wars themed Spirit of Fire. Stay tuned to Halo Waypoint in the coming days as we take a closer look at some of the key components of this latest update. The first of which is map overview. You can take a guided tour of Illusion, the new arena map coming in Content Update 29. That article is out right now, as a matter of fact. Forge overview. Learn more about the new features and improvements coming to Forge, including the new Covenant palette, mode creator, and more. And customization overview. Get a closer look at the Mark IV armor core, customization improvements, and upcoming operations. Looking further ahead, we also confirmed several player-requested features in active development, including the Match Composer functionality for matchmaking, new ways to earn past customization content, an updated networking model, and a new anti-cheat initiative. We'll have plenty more to share on these fronts as they get nearer to release, but for now, we're excited to let the team cook and look forward to these marquee updates landing later this year. They had a live stream, as a matter of fact, and here is a breakdown of said live stream. Customization. Mark IV core is coming for free on January 30th. Halo the Series Season 2 Spartan helmets are coming as weekly ultimate rewards. Okay. And cross-core shoulders. Those are coming. Operations. Seasons are no longer happening, instead being replaced by content updates with operations moving forward. 20 free tiers, there's a premium option as well, and they're every 4 to 6 weeks. Here is the release schedule. Spirit of Fire, which is Halo Wars inspired, on January 30th. Cyber Showdown 3 for the date of to be determined. I should say Cyber Showdown 3. And then, Dave, you said we need Yap Yap back. Well, the Yappening 2 with another to be determined date is the third operation of this content update. There's a new map. It's called Illusion. It's symmetrical arena map with big sightlines and a center hallway with active camo always activated. Oh yeah, and Sword is in that hallway. Yay! Forge, a Covenant purple palette is coming. Something that was teased that is not coming on January 30th, but is coming in the future. The Flood palette is coming. That looks pretty cool. Colors are able to be changed on many different environment pieces. And a Forge mode creator is coming on January 30th. So it should make scripting and making game modes in Forge a lot easier, which is really, really fucking cool. Love that. Future playlist updates. Big Team Battle is getting a refresh with the addition of 3 new maps. It's going to be Thunderhead by Dark Maiming, Insolence by XDTX Chaos and Wolfrain, and Obituary by Chaos as well. Husky Raid will be getting a refresh along with Squad Battle at some point in time. Firefight. Additional maps are coming, and they're looking into adding more community-made maps, and the refresh is on track for sometime in February. Ranked. Ranked Slayer and Doubles will be added as permanent playlists once the Match Composer has been released. Ranked Snipers and Ranked SWAT will continue to be rotationals, and then there'll be 2 all-new ranked rotational playlists being created. Okay? So at any given point in time, there will be, I think, 4 ranked playlists, 3 standard and 1 rotational, once the Match Composer releases. So,
technically an improvement over what we have.
Yes, technically an improvement. You are correct. And then they're also working on brand new playlists. They didn't share any other information in regards to that, but they are working on brand new experiences. So there you go. Features, Match Composer. It's still being worked on and is coming sometime later this year. Quote, what is the size of the team you want to be on, and what is the experience you want to play on, end quote. That is like the searching criteria of what was given. And then also another quote, a little bit similar to what MCC did, but a little bit of a different twist for Infinite, end quote. So I don't know exactly what that means. So know that it's not necessarily going to be a one-to-one interpretation of what MCC has. Okay? So keep that in mind. Anti-cheat. All right, well, I fucking went ahead of myself. Networking. Feedback is being gathered and worked on for a future update. So the networking update is not coming on January 30th. That'll be coming down the line, so stay tuned for that. Anti-cheat. Well, talk about another situation of 343 like cutting the ties with something and realizing that it wasn't working the way that they necessarily wanted it to. Because easy anti-cheat is coming sometime this year. So it sounds like they're going to break away from the in-house method that they've been using since Infinite's release, and they're going to be going to easy anti-cheat. So there you go for that. And then previous rewards, they're working on making these earnable within the game like MCC and the Spartan Point system. Okay? So like previous promotional items that they had that you could only get through like certain regions, they're thinking about bringing those back and able to be earned within the game. Other things that were previously in the game that you haven't been able to earn basically since the release are thinking about coming back at some point or another, and yeah, making ways so you can earn them. And then for the future, they have a dedicated team working on supporting Infinite and continuing to deliver moving forward. And they have additional teams that are accelerating towards the future, working on brand new projects, and they're currently growing the team at 343. There is a VOD included of the entire live stream if you want to watch it, where all the information is there if you just want to see everything that they got going on. But that was the breakdown of it. And finally, playlist updates by Halo Support. BTB rotational playlist. The Big Team Heavies has replaced Big Team Social. For FFA, Lone Wolves have replaced FFA Slayer because fuck you. The map Aqueduct has been removed from the Husky Raid playlist, and the map Arrival, which is currently included in the Team Doubles playlist, has received minor fixes. That's it for the regular news. I guess I shouldn't have touched that yet. Will the getting away from seasons and going into this strictly like content update type scenario like they did with MCC, and now with these operations, I will say, okay, trying to remain on the positive side, because I've been thinking about this for literally for the week. Trying to stay on the positive side, I'll say this. Seasons, right? The seasons were like supposed to be every few months, like every 3-4 months, right? That's what your season's traditionally supposed to be. And they finally, like with the release of season 5, they thought that they had finally reached that seasonality of what Sean was always talking about. Now with operations, these are going to be 20 tiers like they always have been, or like what events have been, right? So 20 tiers, all free. There'll be a premium option if you want to do that, which will come with like an exclusive customization thing. And it'll make that pass, make it so it'll never expire if you go the premium route.
Yeah.
Every 4 to 6 weeks. So every month or a little bit more than a month, we should be getting a brand new operation. Now, granted, 2 out of the 3 operations that they teased were rehashes of previous operations that we've had, with Cyber Showdown 3 and the Yappening 2. Obviously with different customization items, but just the same, whatever that event's going to be, they're using the same naming convention. But 20 tiers of customization items. I will hold my judgment as to whether or not they're good, because it's all objective, right?
Mm-hmm.
But 20 free tiers every 4 to 6 weeks. Content updates throughout, whether that mean maps, modes, playlists, refreshes, whatever it may be. If I'm trying to be optimistic about this, I'm not necessarily mad. Like if you look at it in its entirety, Do I wish we had an overarching season? Sure. But at the same time, they got rid of the lore aspect of it, besides waypoint articles. So now we don't have cutscenes anymore. So that would kind of defeat the purpose of having the season, because the season is supposed to have that narrative arc, like that narrative umbrella.
Yep.
So we're no longer following that unless you read the waypoint stuff. So even if since we don't have that anymore, and if we're being completely honest, those 100-tier battle passes, a lot of it was filler. Like, a lot of it didn't feel very worth it. But on the other side, the one other thing I'll say before I hand it off to you, Will, is I forgot who it was in the Discord. It may have been Steve. But said that the 20 free tiers, there are no credits in those tiers. So like in a battle pass, in a traditional infinite battle pass, you had credits that you could re-earn through the battle pass, which would basically earn you enough to buy the next battle pass.
Yep.
Now, these operations are technically free, with these 20 tiers being free. But if you did buy the premium version of that pass, there are no credits in these event passes. I don't know if they change that moving forward. I don't know. But as of right now, with it being
free, I don't see so.
Right. And as of right now, that's not the way that it is. So just keep that in mind. Will, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, moving from seasons to these content updates, I'm a little bummed that they did. It makes sense, right? With not having the lore aspect, but I missed that lore aspect of it.
Me too.
It just shows how far away we've gotten from the original vision, and it does suck. You mentioned it. They finally felt they reached what they wanted to do with season 5, and then the market did what it does. Layoffs come in. This is where we're at. So my concern is we had these operations and events happening anyway. So we already lose 100 tiers of battle pass on top of what these events brought. So that's more cosmetics we're not getting. Opinion on what the battle pass was. It's content that's being removed from the game, right? Like, say I don't care about the yappening stuff. Like, that's 20 tiers I'm going to earn that I'll probably never use.
Sure.
Where, the battle passes had some themes as well. That's content that maybe I did like versus this thing. So, I don't know if I'm still hung up on what seasons were supposed to be, that this content update thing feels weird to me. It seems like we're still going to be having these chunks of, like, still every 5 months we're going to get one big content update where, like, big things are fixed. I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. It is what it is. I guess it's okay. That's how I'm kind of just, all right, yep, another thing. Let's just keep moving.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on the one hand, I'm a little like, I made the joke with the title of the episode, but literally for the past 2 years, Will, we've been hearing getting towards seasonality this, seasonality that. And then we finally, literally they said that with season 5, that's what they felt we finally got to. And now that we got to it, it's like, we're going to completely get rid of that system and we're just going to go this route. Now, maybe it's because they're looking at the grand scheme of things, and now that they have other teams working on other things, that this is I've been seeing a lot of discourse online about whether or not this is the kind of turning the dial down a little bit for Infinite's development as they work on other things. And like, I've seen a lot of discourse being like, no, this is just a different path that they're going, or yeah, this is what happened because this is what happened with MCC. I believe it's more of the latter, where yes, there are obviously, like, if you look at leaked information, there are supposed weapons and supposed vehicles that we've yet to receive in the game that we could very well get in the future. Right? We very well could have that in the future. But as of right now, from what it looks like to me, is we have other teams working on other things now. Infinite is not going to be the only thing that we do, and it's not going to be around forever. So we're going to keep this system going, and then just don't expect the world. The writing was kind of on the wall as soon as they announced that, like, they were stopping the narrative umbrella that the seasons brought.
Yeah.
Like, it just felt like it. So, I don't know. Pharaoh says they mentioned having a system like Spartan points from MCC to unlock missing content. It sounds like they're almost out of stuff to add. No, Pharaoh, they're definitely not out of stuff to add. They're just trying to give players an opportunity to earn other things that they may have missed. Like, Pharaoh, like, you and I both know, and we all know, that we could literally take a pack of Post-it notes that are sitting down there across the table that Will typically writes on. Like, we could take that pack of Post-it notes and we could write like 1,000 ideas on them for customization items and throw them at the wall. The reason why I say that, the reason why I use that as an example is because 343 knows that. Like, I bet they have that. Like, they have that whiteboard that has all the ideas on the things that they want to add or ideas for what they could add. Because it's kind of limitless, you know? Like, oh, we take things from other Halo games. Oh, we take things from other properties. Oh, we do the things like we've done with the Hazmat Core and the Yoroi Core and like the Tenrai, stuff like that, right? Things that are not necessarily canon, but the opportunities are limitless. It just depends on what they want to do. But the reason, like, I believe the reason why they called out specifically that they're bringing in, like, they're trying to think of a way to make it so you can earn previous things is because they understand the sentiment around FOMO. And yes, a lot of it's self-inflicted. Like, guys, for those who don't know, you have a week left to get the Mark
Winter
6
contingency. Oh,
in the shop.
The one in the shop?
Yeah. You have a week left to get that before it's gone. So there's another FOMO thing. So there you go. Something to look forward to. Big John Plays, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Meta Monkey, welcome. Yeah, I don't know. Subspace is subspace. It is what it is. So what are you going to do? But yeah, I shouldn't have hit the news outro sound right away. I apologize. But I don't know. I'm not mad about it. I'm not incredibly happy about it either. You know, Will? It's just,
yeah,
it is what it is.
I know you were trying to be on the positive side, but
yeah,
it just, yeah.
If we
fucking know,
we agree though, like, we wanted that lore stuff. It would have been so cool. Obviously, business is business and things happen, plans change, and those layoffs obviously made things worse. But man, I would have loved to see, even if we never got, because they technically never confirmed that campaign DLC was going to be a thing. They never actually confirmed that. But what I would have loved to see was Spartan Agrinia's story continue, or just the Spartans that were in the multiplayer stuff, just see that stuff continue without just having to go to Waypoint for it, because it just feels like a Destiny Grimoire thing all over again.
Yeah. I'm very big on the story being contained in the game. And I get it. Like, there's people that love the Halo books and all the content outside of the games, but for those who just play the games, it's like we're not getting what we could be.
Yeah.
I get it. It's easier to write a story than it is to make a game about a story, right? But
Will,
I don't know.
Will, speaking about writing a story, Ikuza brings up a good point. He says, Josh, you see the Halo Paramount Season 2 is a light reboot? Yes. As a matter of fact, I did.
Ikuza has been mentioning this since the start of the show.
Yes.
We know.
We know. We know that Pablo Schreiber, I believe that's what his name is, the guy who plays Master Chief, he was against the sex scene in the first season. He didn't think it made sense. He was fully against it. Saw that as well. Yes. And that genuinely makes me excited. He called out the former writer of the first season. Do you see that shit?
Oh no, really?
He said it without saying that specifically. He said that they have a better writer for season 2, basically.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I'm like,
all right.
Fuck, dude. But no, that makes me excited because like the trailer for the first season also looked good. Like the trailer for the second season looks good. The trailer for the first season also looked good. So you can't say, oh, the trailer looks good, the show's going to be good, because that's not the case. But I'm again keeping expectations in check. I will say this: if for those that are watching on the show, this will make better sense. But like for those that are listening and not watching, this won't make much sense. But if my expectations were here already for season 2, now my expectations are here. It's like raised
a little higher.
Raised ever so slightly, because it could still be bad, but if it's good, be like, well, holy hot damn, they did it. They fucking did it.
I will say the visual elements were there.
Yeah.
From season 1.
Yeah.
Like you've mentioned it, I've mentioned it. The fight scenes were pretty damn good.
So good. They were very good.
The sound design, great. Loved hearing that when the Spartans were in their armor, they sounded beefy walking through the bases. You know what I mean? You could hear those footsteps.
That's right. The Chevy Tahoe.
Yeah.
Oh no.
If the writing is really better for season 2 and more on par of our expectations for Halo,
yeah,
I will take any improvement we get over season 1 at this point.
Agreed.
And I'm still going to watch it no matter what.
Yes.
And I'm just hoping to enjoy it.
It's next month, Will.
I know, it's coming fast.
It is.
It's February 3rd. It releases.
I don't know.
I'm on it.
All right, you get on it. Anemone, I agree. I didn't care for Quan's story, but that's besides the point. Ikuza says, imagine it's a complete 180 and people suddenly love the show. Ikuza, here's the funny thing: a lot of people love the show as it is.
It's the 8th for us, February 8th.
Perfect. You know what else comes out in February, if I'm not mistaken, Will?
What's that?
The Netflix live-action Avatar: The Last Airbender series. The first trailer released.
I'm too afraid. After what's been done with live action in Airbender before.
But hey, M. Night Shyamalan shit is not touching this one, okay? And the bending actually looks pretty good.
I'll just wait to hear
my thoughts upon watching it.
Because you will give me exactly what you fucking think about it.
I'll tell you if it's shit or not, straight up. Oh my God. I will say, like, yes, it is. Like, the original series was a kid show. Like, that's obvious. And this is also a kid show. But I will say, I truly believe that some of the scenes would play better in animation than in live action. Like, if you watch the trailer, you'll know what I mean. Like, there's some, obviously it's like a lot of it's beat for beat remake. In some of the moments of where like Sokka's talking and whatnot, he didn't have that same like animated, like facial expressions like he did in the show and what, like in the animated show, obviously.
Yeah.
But it's also, I don't know. Also didn't feel like they were trying hard enough, if that makes any sense. There's trying too hard, right? There's trying too hard, and there's not trying hard enough. And I don't think, at least in the trailer, and the trailer's not everything. I'm going to give the show an honest chance. Because I love Avatar. Like, I think, yeah, Last Airbender is one of the greatest shows of all time. But whatever. You're right. I will let you know exactly how I feel. Well, we'll have to wait and see. And yeah, I've heard that Scott Pilgrim show is good. That's what I've heard. And yeah, I'm Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. That is a show that that is a game that I am very anxious about. I'm very anxious about it. Okay, that is actually it for the regular news. I'm not going to hit the button again. But Will, you know what I am going to do?
What's that?
I am going to hit a different button because instead of jumping into Con of the Games Watch, and Will, you're lucky you don't have to deal with this. I'm going to have to deal with this. We're going to go back to competitive news for a hot minute. Because LVT Halo put out a tweet regarding the Swiss format and the recent update that they're going to have for the next tournament. And they say, Swiss format update. After analyzing the results from the last 2 weeks, we have discovered that the internal scoring system on Faceit is in fact accurate and does not require a change like we previously thought and were previously practicing. The score is the sum of a participant's opponent's wins. The score gives 1 point for each match the opponents you faced won. Your team's points are considered more valuable if you achieve them against teams with a better performance in the tournament. This version of strength of schedule was always our intention, but given the interface of the website, it was never glaringly obvious the tiebreakers were being taken into account by the standings of the Faceit website. In other words, Faceit's still shit. What will change? There will no longer be scoring based on series outcomes as practiced in week 1 and 2. This was a mistake and unintentionally gave us skewed results. Instead, we will use the built-in scoring to determine our top 8 cut. If teams are tied at the top 8 cut level and tied in scoring, head-to-head will come into effect. If teams did not play each other, comprehensive win-loss record will determine standings prioritizing least maps lost. If still tied, most maps won. If teams are still tied, a sudden death best-of-1 Aquarius Slayer will be played to determine final standings. How to view the tiebreaker scoring. To view the tiebreaker scoring, simply hover over the T symbol to reveal the tiebreaker scoring. This is on the Faceit website. And looking forward, we ask that all competitors look forward to week 3 as all results are played out. I'm sorry. Let me restate. We ask that all competitors look forward to week 3 as all results as played out in our top 8 and 16 brackets in weeks 1 and 2 will stand. We do apologize to the teams who were mistakenly cut. Thank you for your understanding as we navigate this new and exciting format for tournament play. So there you go. There's your update from the LVT Halo Twitter account. And I'm going to add it to the show notes right fucking now. We'll say Swiss format update by LVT Halo. Bada bing, bada boom. And with that, that's it for the second edition of Competitive News. It's time for Car Games Watch. Will.
Yeah.
The Rocker. We're rocking some team socks off over the past week.
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell?
They eked their way in to winner's bracket for the first major. Color me surprised.
I didn't think it was going to happen, but here we are. And there always seems to be one tournament where the Rocker just have a run. You know what I mean? The rest of the year's shit, but there's one tournament that we make a run at. And we'll see if this is the one or if our hopes and dreams get crushed again.
Well, you know what I'm going to say?
What's that?
I believe that we still just get annihilated right away. Because if I'm not mistaken, I think we were undefeated since we lost to the subliners before the break or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And Will, do you see the bracket in front of you right now?
We play the subliners.
Oh, look at that. We play the subliners.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't expect great things. The thing with the Rocker, and I know it's always a new roster. It's always a new fucking roster. But no matter what, it's just that organization. They always do this. They always fucking do this. They eke into a winner's bracket spot and then just get throttled. And so I hope it doesn't happen, but expectations, Will. Those are my expectations. And anything better than that will exceed my expectations. So, anything better than a 2 and done we better have expectations. Oh man. But yeah, FaZe and Gorillas go up against each other. Heretics and Optic, that should be a fun matchup. Ultra and Surge, and then us against the Subliners. And then the Thieves, Legion, Breach, and Royal Ravens are all sitting in the lower bracket to start off the tournament. And we'll have to see what happens there when the tournament takes place.
Yeah.
So yeah. What's up, Juan? Welcome back. By the way. That's it for Connor Games Watch. It's time for Adventures of the Lower Games 2. Will, what'd you play over the last week?
I played some Halo Infinite. Mainly just for 8s. I played a couple quick play stuff and yeah, but mainly just joined 8s. I tried balancing the teams this last week versus picking teams. I still don't know how to feel about it. We did we played 2 series. And the first series I think went to game 4. Or was that a 3-game series? No, but yeah, first series was a 3-0, second series was a 3-1. But a lot of the games were like 2-1 flag. You know, we had a 50-49 Slayer. We had one of the Strongholds games, a team was up like 160-80, and then the other team just got control and ended up winning it like 250-170. You know what I mean?
Shit,
like,
that's a swing. Whoa.
It was a swing.
Holy
yes.
moly.
So it's, yeah, I don't know what the right route is to do to get 8s to feel good for everyone, but it is what it is. Other than Infinite, I've been playing a lot of the finals. I told you before the show, I had some leftover money in my Steam account, so I bought the Battle Pass. So I've been grinding the finals to get the Battle Pass complete. I'm on like level 70 something. And it's nice because you get 5 daily challenges to do.
Okay.
If you complete all 5, or there's XP bonuses for completing 4 daily challenges, and then for completing all 5 daily challenges. So like, I had a game where I completed my 4th and 5th daily challenge in one game, and I ended up getting like 12,000 XP, which just skyrocketed my level.
Shit. Okay.
And then there's also weekly challenges on top of that. There's 8 weekly challenges you can do to get XP. So there's plenty of ways to always feel like you're progressing. And there's even a career rank with awards attached to it in the finals. So you can get cosmetic items based on your career rank, which is always good.
Oh man. Cosmetic items based off your career rank?
Yeah, like you can get different clothes for your person.
Wow.
Based on your career rank. So like it shows like, oh, that person has this item, this clothing item, they've gone this far in the game.
Wow. What a novel idea. Cosmetics based off your progression of your career rank. Is that new? I've never heard of that system before. That's crazy.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it should be standard across the board.
Right? That's, man, other companies, other studios should take note. Cosmetic items for your career rank. Now, Will, we're not like, you're not max career rank, are you?
No, not at all.
Oh, wow. You don't even have to. Go ahead, please. Take it.
Yeah. Every few ranks, like, there's so many customizable options down to like, you know, hair, hat, eyewear. There's like,
wow,
face paint options. There's upper body, lower body, man. Which just, I'm saying like shirts, pants. There's like backpacks, back bling. There's shoes, different shoes. You can put like watches or like rings on your person. So
But you
there's
can
so
get
many
these
avenues for customization that when you're leveling up, like you can get just all this sort of this stuff as you go.
That's crazy. I've never heard of that in a video game before. I've never heard of getting customization items for just playing the game. Like that's, man. I think we're entering a new era of video games.
Oh,
man, wow. And for those who don't understand sarcasm, I apologize. 343 need to set the fucking game up. All right, go ahead.
And then I played some Escape from Tarkov. My friend, I've been watching a lot of Summit 1G play Tarkov, and I'm like,
he's back on the grind.
Yeah, and I got access to Arena. I played a little bit of that. I'm like, hey, maybe I can handle Escape from Tarkov now that Arena helped me get my gun skill down a little bit better with the game.
Didn't he complain about cheaters?
Summit?
Yeah, I think he had a tweet that he complained about cheaters in the game.
I mean, everyone. There's a
cheaters in every game,
problem
Will?
with cheaters in Tarkov. It is rampant, but they did add a map.
Okay.
Called Ground Zero.
Okay.
And you cannot access the map if you're over level 20. So it's like starting people go here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So that's been kind of nice. I did TK Joey once. And it's mainly my fault.
No, you blame him.
I'm gonna put a little bit of blame on him because we're in this like underground parking garage, right?
Okay.
And I hear like fighting above us in the building above us. We're in the downstairs parking garage. So I'm just holding still.
Okay.
And I'm hiding like I'm in the back of a truck, like a open flatbed truck. There's a crate in front of me. And I'm like, Joey, where are you? And he's like, I'm in a crate. I'm like, cool. And we're sitting there and there's noise going above us. So like when
Wait,
there's
is he in the crate in front of you?
When there's noise going on around you, you cannot hear like footsteps and whatnot when there's gunfire.
Yeah.
So I peek out to see like what's like okay, he's in this crate. I peek out and there's someone outside of the crate. And I go, Joey, is that you? And like before he said that's me, I already fired because it wasn't fast enough. And one tapped him in his dome.
Oh, Joey.
And I'm like, shit. I felt horrible. I tried to bring him extra, like, I was like, dude, I'll bring you 50K rubles in the next raid to pay for some of the shit. Cause I tried to pack up his stuff and get out, but I ended up dying anyway.
Sure.
So it's whatever. But I like, he was like, man, no one could have like got down to where we were without us hearing them. And I'm like, I heard all that fighting going on like right above us. Anyone could have ran down to try to get to the position to get to that fight.
Joey has to be faster on the mic. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I need fast comms. Like, is that you? No. Is that me? Is that you? Yes. Not like, yeah, that's me. Like,
oh my God.
Because there's been too many times where I've been looking and I'm like, is that you? And then by the time they say no, I'm dead. You know what I mean? So.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Tarkov, don't play it. It's pain.
Good job.
I'm out here playing it. It's like every game. It's got its good and bad things. Desync is a problem in this game as well. There's been so many times where like Summit's even had it on his channel where like he's leaning a door and he is dead before he sees the person, but it's just the desync of the peak. Like,
that's unfortunate.
And it's like Halo where it's baked in. I don't think it's ever going away.
It's just baked in. I like how that's what we resorted Infinite to, is it's just fucking baked in. It's not going anywhere.
Well, we're getting heavy aim back when they do the switch. So I know like the community's like right now, oh, I'd rather have heavy aim. But then the one time it fucks you in a fight, you're going to be like, fucking heavy aim. They should have never switched this shit. Like,
wait,
I just hear it coming
what do you mean?
already.
What do you mean heavy aim's coming back? What do you mean?
the new system for
the networking model. What do you mean
it's Halo 5's networking model. Heavy aim is going to come back.
Where have you seen that it's Halo 5's model?
I've heard this, I guess.
Okay.
It's like I've heard other people say like heavy aim is in this model as well.
Okay. Because like for what it's worth, like when it was being tested, I mean, it's still in the firefight playlist right now, but like when it was being heavily tested in firefight and whatnot, I never experienced that, at least personally. I did experience like more gun jamming like that. I did personally experience that, but I didn't experience any heavy aim. So that's why I'm a little concerned there. H2 Goat Cheese. Thank you for the fucking primer. You get a woo in the 3-month resub, baby. Welcome back. It's good to see you.
Maybe the H5 thing's off base, but
I just hope it's not the case.
I don't know. Something's gonna go wrong, and that's why I'm glad they're taking their time with it.
Yeah,
is they are trying to iron out a lot of bugs, but I'm cautious that something is gonna be off with the new networking model as well, and we're gonna go into this cycle.
Well, like I said, I had more gun jamming than previous. So if that's a byproduct of it, I'll be fucking more pissed off.
Yeah. We don't have it right now.
It's still in the firefight playlist.
Right. No, I'm saying we don't have that much gun jamming now.
Correct.
Because it's been patched and fixed.
Yeah. Over and over and over again.
Yeah.
I'm curious if they're going to test it out first in a true 4v4 style before they release it game wide, because we had firefight. I mean, we still do. We had it tested in squad battle, but we've yet to have it truly tested in just a strictly 4v4 scenario. So I'm curious about that. We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, I agree. We really need that 4v4 test.
Yes, absolutely. All right.
Yeah. What did you play, Josh?
So Final Fantasy 16, I rolled credits on it over the last week, and I nearly 100%ed the game. There were just like one thing that I quote unquote missed, and then I'm not going to go back and play it on Final Fantasy mode. So I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Played some Remnant 2 with Justin, and that game is way better playing with somebody else and not solo. And that game has an incredibly slow and stupid opening. But once you get in it, it's actually fun. And then also played some Halo Infinite, played some Firefight, and that was the extent of that. Did you do all the hunts? Yes, I did, Riz. I did all the hunts. All 32 of them? Yeah, Justin. Hey, yo, it's a fucking rat! There are a lot of giant rats in Remnant 2. So at least the seed that we got for the section of the map that we were on. But yeah, Riz, the only thing that I didn't do for like the full 100% completion were the trials. That was the only thing I didn't do. Like I'm missing one of Clive's like trinket things that go on his table. I'm missing one, and it's from doing the trials. That's it. So yeah, love that game. That's all I played. It's time for some shoutouts. Happy belated 343 anniversary to Snickerdoodle. Happy belated birthday to Scoob-Meister, Blackout, and Marmar. Congratulations to Games Done Quick on raising $2,515,720 for the Prevent Cancer Foundation. That is fucking amazing. And I included a couple runs in the show notes. The Halo CE Legendary Co-op run by Helpless and Nervy Destroyer. And then the Super Mario 64 Drum Percent by CZR. Will, I think you would get a fucking massive kick out of that run. He literally plays. He does a 16-star Super Mario 64 run on the drums. Like playing on
the Rock Band drums?
No, like an actual drum kit.
Oh shit.
Now these are like an electronic drums. Yeah, an electronic drum kit, but like a legitimate electronic drum kit. He plays and he does a complete 16-star Super Mario 64 run using that. and it's amazing. And he puts in like drum fills between each star and whatnot. Like Will, you would love it. Please. If anybody watches a run, watch that one. It's so fucking good. Shouts everyone who joined the community playdate put together by Danny Phantom, and Friendly Eights as well. These include Ashley Blair, Danny Phantom, Fox Too Quick, Game Crazy, John Holt, Hammerhead, Honcho, Rasta Monkey Jr., Ricky, Riz, Snagu, Narwhal, Elated Dartboard, Blackout, and Zarners. Thank you all very much for joining on both of those. Danny and crew, thank you guys for doing the playdate. Will, thank you as always for setting up the eights as well.
Oh, yeah.
And if you guys want to get in on the playdates and the eights, join the Discord. It's free. It's awesome. ! Discord and chat. Laser Beeman. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. Shout out to everyone who followed and subbed during the live show. Give me a seckaroonie here, because we have a few to shout out. It's Bart, Clayton Bax, OG Complex, Richie Jansen, Benzel, The Last Big Naturals, Uncraze, Chiefs, Yoit Sharp, or I should say Yoit Sharp, I believe that's what it is. H Bomber, BXR Striker, Scuba Steve, Anemone, Big John Plays, and Laser Beeman. Thank you all for the follows. Greatly appreciate it. And then, give me a seckaroonie here. We have Holt with the gifted sub to her husband. We have Beth with the 45-month resub, Dave with the 44-month resub, Ziggler with the 17-month resub, Uncle Puppy with the 17-month resub, H2 Goat Cheese with the 3-month resub, PD with the gifted sub. You all get a woo! Welcome back, PD. It's good to see you. PD, are you going to be streaming? PD, are you going to be streaming? Are you streaming right now? Are you streaming? You only just got home? Well, fucking get online. Go stream right now. Get online and stream so we can raid you real quick. Please do it. Thanks. You're ready? All right, do it, please. Awesome. And then shout out to everyone who's a patron at the semi-pro and higher tiers over on our Patreon. That's Dakota, Christian, D Pancakes, Ashley, Voodoo Man, Rasta Monkey Jr., Ricky Deer, Snagu, Raider, Hater, Peanut Butt, One Swole Daddy, Danny Phantom, Riznak, Zarners, Obby Joy, Mr. Smiley, High Tech Redneck, Goalie Sniper, The Only Neve, Heavy Rainfall, and Elated Artboard. Thank you all very much for the extra support over on the Patreon. And for those who missed
Incredible.
Will, you said it. For those who missed the update over in Discord, the Pro Talk Plays has been recorded. Will edit that. We'll be doing Off the Rails this weekend. And then the patron Q&A will be taking place this Friday after the playdate. So if you're a patron and you want to get your questions in, or if you're not a patron and you want to join and then get your questions in, please feel free to do so. That is taking place this Friday. Check it out. Community creations, Halo memes every day, reddit.com/r/Halo memes. Go check that out. Space Station Gaming 2024 Pro Gear by Space Station Gaming. Go check it out. I have some of the 2023 and 2022 Pro Gear. It's very comfortable. It's very nice. And I imagine that 2024 is just the same. Dropping it like a muggle, a Halo 5 montage by Legendary C4. Go check that video out by Corey. We have Ladies Night by Lacinity. It is a new podcast series featuring women in Halo and esports, so please go check that out. Community Corner by 343, and then we have Longshore from Halo 3. Love it or hate the map. It's a recreation of that map from Halo 3 by Dan the Bloke. Go check it out. All the links included are in the Google Doc of the show notes of the show, ! Show notes in chat, or in the description of the audio version and VOD on YouTube. Will, that's all I got. And Dave says, does anyone know if the sleeves have thumb holes on those SSG ones? I don't know. I do not know. Jack.
Does the new blanket hoodie have thumb hole sleeves?
Yes, they do. Or yes, it does, I should say. Jack, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the live show. And Will, that's all I got. So if you wouldn't mind doing me a favor and plug in the fucking show.
Yeah, as Josh mentioned, we have our Patreon. If you want to support us and have your money go a little farther, we do some extra content over there. Go check out our Patreon, patreon.com/HCS Pro Talk. And as always, you can find us on all your favorite podcast services. Search for HCS Pro Talk. You can find us on iTunes, Podbean, Spotify, and others like Josh's favorite.
Pocket Cast, still
Pocket
not an ad.
Cast. I didn't know if he was actually going to...
No, Dave is asking about the blanket hoodie, so I'm going to show it real quick.
Okay. God damn it. If you want to get in on the community playdates, talk or hang out with our community, we're in Discord all the time. Link is provided in the Google Doc at the show notes of the show. Find our link tree on Twitter. It's there as well, or !, Discord, and chat. Speaking of Twitter, find us on the social media sites. Search HCS Pro Talk, all one word, and we're on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Hell, look us up on YouTube where you can find our VODs, shorts. Shorts also up on TikTok now. And I don't know, are shorts going to Facebook? I always forget.
I don't know. Juan, if you're still here, let us know. I honestly don't know.
Anyway, go check us out on all the social media sites. For right now, we are streaming live Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Central Time. Little schedule change, but in a few months we'll be back to Mondays.
Yes.
I believe.
Yes, in the beginning of May.
Beginning of May, there we go. And then if you go to hcsprotalk.com, it'll actually send you to evolvedhalo.com.
Your home for Halo.
Because you can't forget about the fine folks over at Podcast Evolve and their great shows such as Podcast Evolve, Mission Debrief, Halo TV Plus, Book Club, Bill with Blocks, and Halo Headlines and Halo Gear Guide. Go check out all their wonderful content. And they have a pretty awesome store too. If you want more merch with the lore side of stuff, go check out the Evolved merch.
Go check it out.
I don't know. Yeah.
And if you're any at all interested in their Halo TV Plus series, their first episode for the upcoming second season is out. So go check that out. Because for those who don't know, they do a multi-episode structure. So they dedicate an episode to like a recapping of the show, and then they dedicate an episode to like analyzing that episode of the show as well. Will and I have been guests on that show in the past. We talked about the sex. At least I did, because that was the episode that I was a part of. And yeah, so hopefully none of that in season 2. But no, seriously, go watch that. Go listen to that show. Listen to all their content. It's fucking great. And yeah, if you're looking for, like Will said, if you're looking for more of the lore side of things, they handle all that fun stuff. Yeah,
my episode had a lot of Quan in it. So there was a lot of like awkward dead air because we're like, here's Quan again doing whatever. And like, it just got weird because we were like, why? You know?
Right.
Anyway.
Hey, is Play Pat still here? I don't mean to like call you out strictly, but like Play Pat, if you're still here, let your presence be known. I have a question. I want to tell you something. It's in regards to something that you mentioned earlier in the show.
It does not look like it.
Okay, not a big deal then. Not a big deal. I was just going to comment on something that he had mentioned. I mean, fuck it. I can just mention it right now. He had said like he thinks. I believe it was him that said it. Like it would be cool if we did segments or whatnot at events. Like if we did, if we did the show or parts of the show at events, that would be cool. That would be something really fun to do. But I'll just say this: I already floated the idea to Will. If schedules align, there is something I would love to do and introduce for this year that has to do with every day of a major. That's all I'm going to say right now, because again, it really depends on if Will and I have time to do so. But regardless if we were there or not there in person, there is something that I would really think would be cool to do every day of a major. And I'll leave it at that because I don't want to give too much out if we decide that we can't do it and like get hyped, I want to set expectations. So know that Will and I have an idea floating around. It may or may not come to fruition. It really just depends if we have the time to do so. Okay? So keep expectations in check. Under promise, over deliver. All right. Will, thank you for going through those. I appreciate it as always. And ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for episode 323 of HCS Pro Talk. We're 20 episodes away, Will. From 343.
God, it's almost like we should have someone on.
Oh, that'd be fun.
From 343 for episode 343.
I bet genuinely speaking, I bet we could get Uni or Sketch on.
Yeah, we just have to get enough lead time. Lead time for them to know that that'd be the day.
I think 20 episodes is enough for like leeway.
20 weeks, yeah, for sure.
Why not? You know, no, I genuinely, I bet like if as long as schedules aligned, like I'm guaranteed one of them would be willing to do it. We could talk about shit. So,
Uni with his epic dad jokes.
I'd walk off.
PD.
I'd walk off the show. Nearly half a year.
When would that be close to?
That's what I'm wondering. When? Let me see. 20 weeks from now.
It's 5 months. So it'd be before.
Wednesday, June 12th would be 20 weeks from now. So what? That would be like a couple days earlier though, because we'd be back to Mondays. So it'd be like the beginning or mid-June. Yeah, the phase major's in July. I don't think there's an event in June.
Yeah.
That might work. That might legitimately work because there's no event in June. Shit.
Yeah.
All right. We'll reach out to them. See if they want to talk shop. All I'm going to ask is that if we do get one of them on, you guys need to be nice.
Yeah.
You guys better be fucking nice.
All moderators, hands on deck.
Exactly. Because I know you guys are nice, but like we know that there's some shitters that could pop in. You know what I mean? Hell, we could reach out to Tashi too. He said he wants to be back on, so we can reach out to him as well. I know people.
That'd be what, mid-season? We can see how things are going, how the events have been operating for him. We could have a
343 episode celebration.
Yeah,
this is only going to happen once, so
that's very true.
I just want to embrace it. Yeah, let's do it. We'll plan it right now. All right, cool. PD is officially live with his first dedicated Clutch One partner stream. So if you want to get your fucking grip cream, you want to talk about cream cannons, let's talk about some Clutch One grip cream cannons. We're not sponsored, by the way, but hey, man, that's free marketing right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right, guys, it's going to do us for episode 323 of HCS Pro Talk. If you're tuning in live, thank you so much for doing so. Thank you for joining the discussion. Thank you for keeping things civil and respectful as always. You guys are fucking amazing. To all the new followers, the subs, the resubs, to all the folks on Patreon, you guys are fucking amazing as well. To all the lurkers out there, you're appreciated just as much, so don't think that you aren't because you fucking are. We appreciate you. To all the listeners that are listening on the shitter, that are listening while driving to work, while listening while at home at work, whatever it may be, you guys are fucking awesome. Thank you so very much. Hope everyone has a great night, has a great week. We'll be back next week on Wednesday because we're keeping the Wednesday train a-rolling until May. But guys, it's going to do it for us. We're going to go raid PD because PD's fucking awesome. We love him. So go make sure you send your love to him. And cream cannons. Guys, it's going to do it for us. We'll see you next week. I need to make sure I'm on the right fucking thing. All right, that's going to do it for us. We'll see you next week. Daddy with the 1-bit. Thank you. And bye-bye.